Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Soundwave What If Drone. Welcome to my 500 subspecial. This is interesting. 500 people. Fuck me. Anyway. But, this will be the last of the 3 videos that I end up making because, I was playing something old-fashioned. And fuck, it felt good. To be on my old school shit, man. That is fun. When you're able to pick something up and enjoy it all over again. That is what they did to destroy all humans. The first one. Of hopefully a many-chronicled reboot to come. This is what if Izuku Midoriya was a furon. Let's get into it. The new rulers up on what's left of planet Furon is kinda shaky. Granted, the destroyers, the researchers aren't really that much needed anymore. So, there was a specific group of people meant to wipe them out. This is the story of one that has mastered psionic capability, but doesn't really have much weaponry. This is the story of one Izuku. Vat grown as every normal fucking Furon. This is his very first iteration. That's right. They streamlined the birthing process by taking the DNA of both the mother and the father, upping their chances of children because of their irresponsible use of nuclear weaponry. Made their dicks not work anymore. But, we start with the young one. Fresh out the tube. The father is a destroyer in himself. Not a destroyer, he's a collector. That's a better word for him. Crypto is not in any way related to this story yet. A father whose name was Zymes, and the others Cull. They raised Izuku under the premise of him most likely being a collector. They were one of the poorer families, let us say. Money wasn't really that much of a comeuppance. So, all they really had was psionics to cope. But there was a weird birth defect with him. No one really knew what it was, but he was fucking red, which is new by many accountings. Same with his eyes, but like the interesting thing about him, he was naturally more aggressive. As a 2-year-old, he damn near killed someone with his psionics. That shit isn't supposed to activate until 3 years of age. And what Izuku, whose job was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. At that age, he was put into almost a training school for collectors of furon DNA. He was taught the science. He was fairly intelligent. But his footwork was better. Almost naturally, he took to using his psionics, which granted, all of them do. But he had it a year earlier. He was much stronger than most people his age with his psionics. And even then, it's still incredible. Testing psionic abilities on the humans in the human zoo worked and paid dividends. Having almost a predator-esque hunt as one of the things, and Izuku seemingly got a bad draw. He got one that has lived multiple times through multiple hunters. This human's name was Kozu. Kozu survived off of his wit because he was smarter than most humans, but he still had the same weaknesses. We could deal with them. So what Izuku was doing, it was pretty interesting to watch him because he didn't blend in with the surroundings at all. It was like looking for a big red sun in a land of green. You could pick him out of the crowd easily. But when Kozui was about to take the shot to kill Crypto, he got a headache. Well, not Crypto, fuck, Izuku. I was playing Destroy All Humans today. That was a good crack. But, yeah, no. He began to get a headache. He dropped his makeshift weapon and began screaming in pain as his eyes bursted from his skull, as his cranium blew from the crown of his head out of his body and floated over to Izuku. And almost immediately, as he got it, he put it in the proper storage housing for DNA. So, it did. And by fucking God, it worked. Izuku would go on multiple more hunts throughout the years until he was ready to make his first clone at the age of 20. He's going to be sent out soon. Orthopox, the new ruler of the people of Furon, Orthopox sent him on a retrieval mission. Something simple. Well, it seemed simple. But Pox wanted to test a theory. Who is deadlier? This new lick or Crypto? So, as soon as he got a cloning pod, he was sent with an Orthopox hologram. Basically had his sentience put on it. It worked well enough. Orthopox, during the travel time to the mothership upon Earth's Atmo, he realized, as expected, Crypto was able to get another one built. But it was pitiful for what they had there. But it'll make do. The Orthopox on board immediately allowed entry. Crypto, according to the Orthopox on board the mothership, apparently gone rogue. So, he set something up to happen. He set up a chain of events to where, if he got in his saucer, bitch would explode. And all of his clones were in cryo, so he can make sure his ass don't go native again. After all, after then, it's his sector now. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with it. The first thing he's gonna do is figure out why the fuck he went native on this planet. As Izuku began flying in almost immediately, he knew exactly where he was. The Pox was right. He did bug the fucker's ship. And since Crypto didn't need most of the guns on there, he took them off. Some of them. The death ray is still present alongside with the missile array. What Izuku did was simple. He jammed the missile arrays, placed the bomb, and also set the engines to overheat and explode as well. He was making sure Crypto ended up dead on this planet, because it was clearly still in use, and personally he didn't care. So what he did was pretty simple. Went back in his ship, cloaked it up, and waited. 1 hour passes. Crypto gets on his ship, readies it for takeoff. He's about to basically make a run to one of the locations he owns, a casino. A place that he rebuilt called the Space Dust. Damn nice casino, too. Built it right on top of what the Moyonardi's fucking and wreckage was. Isn't that fucking cathartic? It was in the same spot, too. But this time it was in a more understandable location. That bitch was right. And I'm right. In Japan. Now, this is the My Hero Aka universe, motherfuckers. And destroying on this planet is much more intricate. He was given the last report. Humans have seemingly begun showing powers such as flight and telekinesis. Some of them mutated to look more like furons. Hell, some of them technically are furon, purebloods. They are supposed to be taken and bred until they can't, cloned, bred again, and this process would repeat. It's cold, but everybody wants to live. These grease bags don't even got no fucking ship travel. Not even no jump jets yet. These people ain't worth shit. As crypto takes off, begins moving, the ship explodes, causing it to crash into the middle of the ocean. Because the space dust was back in the US. Izuku scanned the wreckage for life forms. He was still alive down there. But he's hydrophobic, like the rest of the species. He waited above the water still, cloaked. Then seeing him have a flotation device, Izuku can't have that. This asshole was supposed to die. So, he dies. He turns the cloak on his suit, opens the hatch up top, walks to the edge of his ship, pulls out seemingly a fairly long-range weapon. And he says, 187. Damn fool. As the Gauss gun rings out, levying a hefty hole into the side of Crypto Supreme's cranium, causing him to stumble back. The Plaz tech was meant to melt through shields. And oh, it did. It killed Crypto on the spot. But the last fucker he's seen was a red furon. As Crypto fell off what seemed to be a human raft, as the raft was also sinking because of the plasma. His body slowly dissolved. Izuku put on the proper equipment and dove down, gathered what remained of his weaponry. Got the Zap-O-Matic, the heat gun, and a very interesting plant that apparently eats humans, but regurgitates the human brain. It finds it poisonous. The Harvester. According to Arthropox, that's what it's called. Then there's the anal probe, which he already had. It's ready. It's go time. Gets back on the ship after taking all of his gear off. And the destruction began. Or will begin. Next time. I hope all of you have enjoyed this entry. Because it's gonna be, it might have multiple seasons. It might. It depends on me. But I only ask one thing of you all. Destroy all humans.